We're talking to Zach Duke of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So when do you start your off-season? I mean, have you started throwing yet? When do you get all that going for spring training?
No, I haven't started throwing yet. I'll start in a couple weeks. I have started the off-season training regimen, working out and running and all that stuff. It just seems like you can't take off very long anymore. Seems like the off-season goes by real quick. But there's all kinds of these young guys trying to take my job now.
Now, did you ever think you'd be at the spot where you'd be calling other players the young guy?
No, because I still feel like a young guy. I'm only 27, but I'm at the point of where obviously I'm having a struggle to get my foot back in the door with a team to keep my job. So, I have to do everything that I can to prepare myself for that situation. And, I just don't feel like I can relax at any point. I'm always I always feel like I have to earn a spot. So I'm definitely going to do everything I can to prepare.
Now, is this something that, sounds like a little bit that it could weigh on you a little bit, that you're talking about going in and trying to make earn a spot, and obviously everybody wants to do that. You had your elbow problems last year. Is this something that could, weigh on you mentally, or is this something that you could easily get over and just put it behind you, and now you have you're going to have a contract here with the Diamondbacks and a chance to be in this rotation, which I think you would fit in great. I mean, you and Joe Saunders, he's pitched in the American League. He's going over to Arizona and a good guy to learn from, and you guys would probably mesh pretty well together. Is this something that you could put behind you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was able to come back and pitch July, August, and September last year after the elbow. So that's in the bag. I'm over that. I'm not worried about that at all. The main thing for me is just getting in there, learning the new coaching staff, learning what they expect, and doing everything I can to fit their system.
Yeah, you brought up the new coaching staff. You got Kirk Gibson, who's taken over as manager in Arizona. You got Charles Nagy, who got hired as a pitching coach, his first time on a major league staff as a pitching coach. There, have you gotten a chance to talk to those guys and maybe talk about your thoughts on them as coaches?
Yeah, I talked to Kirk Gibson the day I got traded, and he's a pretty intense guy. I had heard that he was pretty intense, but in talking to him, he was 100% serious and focused on the task for our entire conversation. And he's definitely got some good ideas for the direction of the team. And it'll be exciting to get around a guy with that kind of intensity and that kind of fire, and obviously the experience that he has and the level that he played at. To pick his brain and see what he kind of did to prepare himself, and try to use some of those things for my own game to try to prepare myself to be good in whatever situation we get into.
Well, you got a lot of things going for you. You're left-handed for one, and that'll keep you around for a long, long time. And also, you got to exactly, and you got to go into this as saying, you know what? Okay, Pittsburgh, it wasn't working there, but now you get another shot at going to a team, and obviously a team that wanted you, or you would have slid through that 10-day process, and then you would have really been looking for a job. But you have an organization that wants you and wants you in that rotation, and you're left-handed, so that's got to be a huge positive for you.
Yeah, I think so. And, I mean, I know what I'm capable of doing. I mean, I made the All-Star team in 2009, and I mean, that's, one and a half years ago. So I know that I can pitch at that level. The whole thing for me is just being consistent, staying healthy, and not trying to do too much. And I do like the fit there in Arizona. They've got so many good young athletes on the team and good young ball players that are just continuing to get better. And like you said, Joe Saunders in the rotation there, I'm sure that I can learn a lot from him. And there's some good young, intriguing arms. I know that we faced the Diamondbacks a couple times down the stretch with Pittsburgh last year. And they had some pretty dominant young arms that shut the Pirates' offense down. So it'll be fun to see what we can put together.
We're talking to Zach Duke of the Arizona Diamondbacks. You had the successful year as a 22-year-old, Zach, in 2005, and the 14 starts, and I think maybe some big expectations got placed on you. Was that the case? Do you think it was maybe kind of hard to live up to those expectations? Because everybody always brings up that 05 season.
Yeah. I guess that season's going to follow me everywhere. I'm pretty positive I could never duplicate that. I mean, to have a 1.8 ERA through half a season, I don't know if that'll happen. but my wife's sitting there telling me, oh, yeah, it'll happen, but I'll be a little bit more realistic. But, there was some expectation placed on me, but, maybe I wasn't ready to deal with it back then, but obviously I've gone through quite a bit now in my career, and I have learned how to deal with expectations and other adversities that you go through, and then learn how to deal with them, and learned a lot about myself and then the kind of pitcher that I am. So I'm more equipped to deal with those types of things now. And, I'm glad that I went through it. I wish things would have turned out a little bit different at times. But, it's one of those things where you come up and you have good success, and all of a sudden hitters start to adjust to you, and you have to figure out what exactly is going on. And, it's like they say, there's guys are few and far between that come up and dominate for their entire career from the first game on. There's going to be road bumps. So I feel like I'll be fine, and just got to get ready to go for this season.
Well, we had Blake Hawksworth from the Cardinals now with the Dodgers in a trade, and I asked him, I said, okay, have you looked at the schedule, see when the Cardinals come into town? And he was about the third week. Have you looked at the schedule yet to see when you play your old team, the Pirates, and kind of give them a little bit about what they're going to miss?
I haven't looked at it yet. I was trying not to jump the gun before anything was done. But
well, now you can. Look right away. Get on that iPhone and find out that schedule.
Exactly, yeah. But it was funny. I was texting my old pitching coach the other day after I got traded. Ray Searich, who actually got hired with the Pirates. I said, hey, Ray, I'm sorry to tell you, I owe the Pirates a complete game shutout whenever I pitch against you guys. Just be prepared.
Hey, Zach, you brought up Freddy Sanchez, and it sounds like you guys are still fairly close. Did you get a chance to talk to him after he got a World Series ring for himself?
I texted him a couple of times, but I haven't been bothering him much. I'm sure he's just flooded with people contacting him and congratulating him. I'm really happy for him. I was rooting for him the entire way, and I'm glad that he got to show a bigger stage and exactly what he's capable of. He's a great player, and especially a great hitter. And I'm just tickled to death for him. The fact that he was able to perform like he did in the World Series, and I hope nothing but the best for him, except when he's playing against the Diamondbacks next year.
Hey, what about Caps? Because he was Matt Caps was your best man, wasn't he? Do you guys? I'm assuming you guys still stay in pretty good contact. He had a nice little run there with the Twins this year as well.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Capper, too, because he was in a situation like me last year, than what I've been going through this year. And then to see the season that he put up in a different situation, I'm so happy for him. And he went through some tough times off the field. He lost his dad last offseason. So I'm sure that was a little bit of a motivating factor for him. And I'm just really happy that he had the season he did.
Well, I mean, do you look at his situation and kind of, I guess, put it in perspective with your own? Because, I mean, he was a guy that basically got let go by the Pirates and then went and had great success for the Nationals, made the All-Star team, and they got traded to a contending team of the Minnesota Twins. We kind of talked about the change of scenery when we first started talking to you, and it seemed to make a world of difference for a guy like that.
Oh, for sure. And, I can only hope to pick his brain a little bit, see how he adjusted, how it helped him, and then maybe take some cues from him and hopefully build on that.
All right, man. Well, it was good to catch up with you tonight. When are they going to announce your deal official? Is it going to be tonight or sometime tomorrow in the morning?
I don't know. I'm not the official leak, I guess, so maybe I shouldn't have told you guys that, but I don't know. I would imagine it'll be announced pretty soon.
All right, man. Well, have a good rest of your off season. Best of luck with the baby coming up, and I'm hoping it's born on the 19th because that's a good date.
All right. Well, thank you, guys.
All right, Zach Duke there, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Appreciate the time tonight, and not a Taylor Swift fan. I didn't think it was going to be Olivia. I think
he's a country guy, so that's just as good.
I didn't get a chance to ask him. He's from Clifton, Texas, which is, I don't know, probably an hour or two outside of Dallas. I was curious.
Population, probably like 500 people. Who knows?
Probably. I mean, I don't. Does Taylor Swift qualify as country?
Yeah.
Or is she fake?
Yeah.
Isn't she like faux country? Didn't cut like I'm not a country music guy. I know Nellie is. Nellie's a big country music guy.
She writes her own songs, which is amazing.
Yeah, from all her terrible life experiences.
Yeah, 50 boyfriends that she's had already at the age.
How can she have
Taylor Swift the rest of the show?
How can she have all these broken hearts and all these other things? And Olivia says she's 20. I thought she was about 14.
No, she first started. She was 16.
Yeah, because she bought herself some kind of pink pickup truck or something when she turned 16, did she?
You know way too much about Taylor
exactly.
Swift. Way too much about Taylor Swift.
I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge country music fan.
Evan.
So
such a downgrade. I'm so disappointed right now. I can't even tell you how I'm disappointed. I need to take a break, go back and regroup. We'll get back into your phone calls.
866 now.
866. Yeah.